Hi tea lovers. Today we are tasting Yerba Maté. Now, Yerba means herb. Mate actually means gourd. So this is herb for my gourd here. Now, this is often prepared traditionally inside a gourd like this. I'm just gonna put a little bit of water in here, roll it around to wet the inside, dump it out, and now we're gonna add a little bit of tea. Now after they put a little bit in, kind of turn it upside down and shake it. And for traditional method here, kind of hold this upright, and you would use way more herb than you typically would for brewing a tea. This thing would be typically filled up about 2/3 of the way full of tea. So much tea that this will be able to stand up on its own without me holding on to it. There wasn't enough there for that. This is often kind of shared communally, and the host usually enjoys the first brew because it's the most bitter. And each subsequent brew gets a little smoother and smoother, and those are for the guests. Let's see if we got enough here. Oh yeah, moved a little bit, but I think we're pretty cold here. Now, there's a large amount of tannin in Yerba Maté, which can make it be a little more bitter tasting. So you want to actually use cooler water. I'm using about 140 degrees Celsius, not only for the tannin, but you see this filtered metal straw we're using called a bombilla. Metal is such a great conductor of heat. We don't want to scald our lips now, do we? So this is ready to be enjoyed. I got a little filtered straw here. You don't really want to stir it around too much because that can clog it up. And also you want some of the leaves to float up to the top. They stay kind of dry, and that'll allow it to stay strong for the next people to get to enjoy it. Just a few sips. One really cool thing about Yerba Maté, there's nothing to slow down caffeine absorption. Coffee and tea all have compounds that slow that kind of thing down, but not Yerba Maté. I am already just starting to feel those few sips I just took. And there's a compound in there, matein, that kind of changes the way the caffeine reacts in the body. It kind of goes more to the muscular system than the nervous system as far as the feel goes, giving kind of a floaty, caffeinated experience. Just kind of a really nice feeling. I've also seen people brew these with juices, with limeade or orange juice. You can make mimosas, and pretty fun that way. This would usually get filled back up just like that and then passed along. But I'm gonna enjoy a second one. Cheers.
What's it taste like?
It's a strong herbaceous flavor up front. It's got a flatness and there is a bitterness to it. This lingers a bit sweet. It's really easy to overbrew, so I highly recommend using the cooler water. But yeah, there's almost something mentholated about it, but it doesn't have that sort of effect. But yeah, very herbaceous, slightly bitter. I don't really have a comparative for it, but a little bit woodsy. Some of that can depend on where it was processed and if it was smoked and how long the mate was aged.